Hey there, friends, and welcome to another episode of Raising Amazing Tween Girls. I'm Lisa Tony with GirlTribe Nation, and I am so glad that you are joining us today. We are going to have a great time. We have been talking all about achieving goals. Goals is a great thing to be thinking about in the midst of the new year, as we're all trying to think of ways that we want to improve. Off with the old, on with the new. What does that look like? And how do we get there? That is the big question. What do we do? And so, the whole idea of a New Year's resolution has been around for a long time. The problem is so many people don't achieve it. So today we are going to be talking about 4 secrets to achieving your goal. All right, well, as we think about this idea of how to achieve your goals, how to achieve your goals for yourself, and how to achieve your goals with your parenting, and even how to teach your tween girl how to achieve her goals, there's some things that we want to consider that will make you much more effective in how to realize your goals. Now, the University of Scranton did a study, and I hate to tell you, friends, but there was a whopping 92% of people who set New Year's goals and never actually achieved them. I can raise my hand on that one. I mean, are you there? Have you ever said, this year's gonna be different, I'm gonna do this? And then, a few weeks later, maybe even just a few days later, we fall back into the same habits we've always had because they're easy, they're comfortable, and let's be honest, change is hard. Change is hard, and sometimes it's just uncomfortable. So the whole idea of setting goals is something that we can do to help to realize what we want to achieve. When we say that we've got a New Year's goal, usually it's a big lofty idea. I want to lose weight, I want to get healthier, I want to exercise more, I want to spend more time with my kids, I want to be a better listener, I want to be a better spouse. So many big goals that maybe we all have for each other, and we say, this is my year. The challenge with that is finding ways to actually realize those. And to do that, we need to break the idea that we're going after into smaller chunks, little bite-sized pieces, right? When you are eating a big piece of steak, you gotta cut it up little bite by bite. If you're eating a piece of chicken, you gotta cut it up and eat it bite by bite. Can't swallow the whole thing whole. You've got to make it smaller so that we can chew on it for a while, then swallow it, and then digest it. And that's what gives us the energy to keep moving. So if we think about goals in the same way, that is how we want to set ourselves up to win with our goals. That is how we want to set you up to win as a mom. That's how we want to set you up to win with your tween. So when we are talking about achieving our goals, I'm going to give you 4 secrets today that are going to help you to achieve your goal. Now, the very first secret is that you want to begin with the end in mind. Now, this one's not too hard. We want to say, if you're going to have a weight loss goal, say the end goal is that I am going to lose 10 pounds. So you know that this is the end goal, and then we've got to back it up, reverse engineer it, and figure out how to do that. What's the healthiest way to do that? What's the most realistic way to do that? Well, experts tell us you can lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. That's the healthiest way to do that. So let's say that we're going to give ourselves 6 to 7 weeks to lose 10 pounds. That means if you're going to set that goal in beginning of a month, you've got to give yourself a month and a half, 6 weeks to really do the work to see that goal realized. So when we begin with the end in mind, it helps us to be able to do the research and figure out what needs to happen in order to realize that goal by making our SMART goals, which we talked about in our last episode. So in order to do this, I want you to be thinking about maybe one of the goals that you've set for yourself. Maybe your goal is to have more conversations with your daughter, to build your friendship with her and make it stronger. So if that is the end goal, a stronger, healthier relationship with your daughter through communication, then we can back it up and say, well, what does that look like? Who do I have the strongest communication ties with in my life right now? How did we get there? What do we do on a regular basis? And then you figure out ways to begin to schedule that in, to back it up and give yourself a time orientation frame so that you can meet the end goal. But you can't achieve it in a day. You can't achieve it in a week. It takes a series of time. So we have to create new habits in order to realize that end goal. All right, secret number 2, you want to build a support system. It's really hard to achieve a goal on your own. So one secret that you need to know is that when people realize their goals, they have a support system in place. That means they've got a buddy, they've got a friend, they've got someone cheering them on. And this can look different for who you are. Maybe you want to join a Facebook group, you want to join a challenge group. Maybe it is just doing this with your best friend and you get on Marco Polo every day or you text each other every day. And this is really important when you set goals with your daughter as well. She needs a support system. She needs you as her mom to cheer her on and also be able to let her know when we take a step backwards. Sometimes when we're reaching our goals, it's 2 steps forward, 1 step back. But we've got to get back up on that horse and keep going. And all too often we have this mentality that if we fail one time, if we screw up one time, then we're done. It's over. We can't do our goal. And that's just not true. You can do the goal. We're not perfect people. We all make mistakes. We all have a lot of mistakes that we make. So we need to have a support system, some cheerleaders in place. And so one of the best things that you can do is just rally a few of your friends or maybe family members and say, hey, this is a goal that I've set. Will you help cheer me on? Right now, I'm in the middle of a 40-day sugar fast. Whew, this is hard for me. I love sugar a lot, but I've let my family know. Now, they're not my biggest cheerleaders because they're still eating sugar, but they know why I'm doing it. But I have enlisted a bunch of friends and I've started a Facebook support group. And so we are all supporting each other. I get on Marco Polo and talk to one of my best friends every day about it. And so it has been so good and so helpful to have that support system. So you don't feel alone, so that you don't get so discouraged when you make a mistake, that you've got some people that can dust you off, pick you up, and set you back on your way. Okay. The next secret number 3 to achieving your goal is to be very, very specific. Now, this is really important. When we set a goal, we want to have a very specific number in mind. So it's easy to do with weight because we all have that amount of pounds that we want to lose. But say we're doing that with maybe wanting to be more present or more focused with our kids. So that is our end in mind, but we need to be specific to achieve that goal. So what does that look like to be more present with my kids this year? Well, for me, that would mean I want to be off my phone and computer when I am in their presence. So that means I need to be specific in how I'm going to do that. Like I need to have a landing zone for that phone. Like I'm not going to carry it around with me. I need to park the phone, plug it in, shut the cabinet, and leave it there so that I can be more specific and intentional with my time. One great way is to make sure there's no devices at the dinner table. I know everybody needs to plug them in, put them away. No devices at the dinner table, and that we all engage in conversations. If you don't know what to talk about, you can get one of those little packs. There's lots of different ones available on Amazon that has great family questions, family starters. And I want to encourage you to find one of those and then put those questions on the table. And then you have a question that you can discuss. And if you get through that one, you've got another one. There's lots of great resources out there to be engaging and ask questions and talk through the dinner time. So that would be one way to get very specific, like to establish what it is that is hindering you from doing the thing that you want to do. And then our 4th secret is not to multitask. You need to focus in on that task. Now, this is super hard for most of us. Any mamas out there loving to multitask? I sure do. I love multitask. I love getting things done. I love to do two things at once. If I can get a triple win, yes, 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 I love that. So it is really hard for me to pull back and not multitask. But when we are learning something new, when we are establishing a new habit, when we are trying to reach that new goal, it's really important that we use all of our brain focus, all of our brain power to establish that until it gets to be more of a routine. And then maybe you can add multitasking. But for a while, we need to just focus. So for example, I've set myself a goal of not having dessert after dinner. I've gotten into some bad habits of having dessert with my kids every night after dinner. I know, every night. And so I need to really zero in on achieving that goal with some very specific things and not multitask. As soon as I'm done with my dinner, I take my plate over to the sink and then I go to the cabinet and I put some gum in my mouth so I have something to chew. And then I go get my dog and I get out of the house and I go for a walk around the neighborhood. So I've had to do one thing at a time, and I can't be putting the dishes together away and asking the kids to do things, and it's too much to me. I've got to keep my brain focused on, okay, we're not going to eat dessert. We're not going to eat dessert. Here's what you're going to do. Take your plate over, put gum in, and go for a walk. And so I've got this order that I'm teaching my brain so that I can break the habit of wanting to have something sweet after I eat my dinner. Now, there's other ways you can do that. I know lots of people who make a cup of tea and sit down with that, or different things like that. So there's things that'll work for you, but just in my process, that's what I'm doing, and really trying to learn not to multitask. So this can work with lots of different things that you have in mind that you're trying to achieve, your goals that you're going to achieve this year. So these are 4 secrets. Begin with the end in mind, build a support system, be very, very specific, and don't multitask, that can help you and your daughter to get a win. Now, as you're teaching your daughter how to achieve her goals, these are things you're going to be wanting to talk about with her and model with her, because these aren't things that come naturally to us. We don't necessarily know how to set a goal or achieve a goal without someone coming alongside us and teaching us how to do that. So that's why I am here for you at GirlTribe Nation. This is why this podcast and show, Raising Amazing Tween Girls, is focusing in, honing in on goals, because we know that people who are able to set goals, accomplish goals, and find achievement in those ways are far more successful in life. And that's what we're about, helping you to find success as a mama, helping you to help your girl learn how to lead a successful life. We are all about teaching girls how to be smart, how to be healthy, how to be brave, and live with a whole lot more happy. And when she is able to achieve her goals, she's going to feel that way. Achieving your goal makes you feel smart. And it helps you to be healthy, because mentally and physically you can do hard things. And when you do hard things, it makes you feel brave. It makes you feel like you've got courage to face the next hard thing. And when we've got all these things going for us, we can live with a whole lot more happy in our life. Happy with ourselves and happy with others in our relationships. So that is what we're going for as we tackle these 4 secrets to achieving your goal. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. If this episode was helpful to you, I want to invite you to go ahead and share it with a friend. And hey, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. That makes sure that every time we drop a new episode, you are notified. Turn on those notifications. I don't want you to miss any minute of what we are doing here together as we build a GirlTribe Nation that is helping to encourage our tween girls to be smart, healthy, brave, and happy. I have a very special download that I want to give to you to help you through this process of learning about goals and setting goals, both for yourself and for your tween daughter. So you can download this for completely free by going to girltribenation.com/goals. There you'll have this download that is a worksheet that's going to help you work through the process of setting goals, how to track them, how to use SMART goal strategy, and set you up for success in learning about goals, teaching goals to your daughter, and putting some goals into practice. So make sure you download that cheat sheet. It's going to be really helpful to you as you navigate this process of goal setting. Thanks so much for joining me today. Can't wait until next time. Bye for now.